everyone. Winter's come late. We've had a very long cold week with temperatures down to about -6. Obviously we're out of the town, so the temperatures tend to be on the colder side out here as well. Snow looks pretty, but it creates an awful lot more work and headaches when you have animals, because it's hard to keep them eating and drinking when it's like this. It's hard to keep your waters defrosted. It's a lot of coming out with food and making sure they're all okay, but thankfully we have all survived. We're sort of operating on our reserves at the moment. I think we used a lot of our energy dealing with all the stuff around the studio being destroyed. So this week we were both like, oh my god, can we not just have spring now, please? But it is what it is, and we will get through it. One of the biggest problems we've had this week, the outside tap's been frozen and anything in the waterers just freezes almost straight away. And that is a real big issue with these plastic waterers, because they can tend to split. We've only had, buckets of hot water from the house really, and we've been taking those down to the sheep and Star and sort of trying to put a bit in the bottom of the water so the chickens do have something to drink. Waters being frozen are a real problem for these guys, because ducks need some sort of lubricant when they eat. And also, I think I've said before, they don't produce saliva or tears, so having fresh water available is really quite important at this time of year. I try to put hot water in the bowls so that it sort of, stays unfrozen for the longest time, but it still isn't easy. And also the mess that they create is catastrophic, because when they splash the water out it freezes on the floor and then you can't clean the pen effectively, which is a problem, isn't it? Not that you care, I don't think, because they are filthy little things. Birds are really quite funny in the snow. This lady's very adventurous. She's actually going to dare to tread on it. The other ones are like, oh no, we don't like it. They tend to sort of, either an adventurous one comes out or an unsuspecting one gets shoved out on it to test it. It's okay to walk on. Poor old Banjo has been suffering a little bit with the cold because his legs are a bit arthritic, and obviously the cold doesn't help that, as we all know. It makes your muscles and everything ache and be a bit tight. Oh, you're going to be brave and come and eat it all. Yes. I'll give you some food now. These guys are all having their breakfast. I don't know what my lady sheep's doing out there. That's because she's rugged. She's been up fells in worse conditions than this, so it doesn't really faze her as much as I just slowly pan round. Certain more spoilt sheep who've been here since they were lambs, who've never been exposed to any of the elements. I'm talking about you, Bobble. Oh, good grief. Look, get out of my pocket. Right, Mr. Mischief is not in his coat, because the fatal flaw with that coat is, yes, you're demonstrating there what the flaw is. All the fastenings on it are actually Velcro. And I don't really think that there is a goat-proof Velcro. Maybe I should invent one. I'm sure that there's a market for it. I mean, they're not too bad. Will you get down? Get down. He's got my sleeve. Sorry. Get down. Get off. Now he's eating my scarf. Get down. Get down. Get down. Oh, honestly. You're being horrible. He's been especially horrible to poor Alphonse. Yes, you've butted Alphonse twice now and been told off, haven't you? It's not very nice. Get off, get off, get off. Dear. Yes, you're not very nice. We're going to have a talk about karma and what goes around coming around, because one day Alphonse might blooming grow horns and he might, but you, I think Alphonse probably wishes he could grow horns. I mean, he looks like the face of innocence. I can assure you, you're not, are you? I have actually said to him, if he keeps butting, I'm either going to put a tennis ball on the end of each horn. Get off my scarf! Get off my scarf! Get down! I'm either going to put a tennis ball on each horn, or we're going to wrap them with bubble wrap, aren't we? No, so we'll put a stop to all this, because unfortunately, any animals like sheep or goats with horns, they know that the horns can do damage. They learn very quickly that they become a threat. Will you stop eating my pockets? Stop eating my pockets. Star's just having her breakfast. Don't chew that trug. I've been having to blow dry her carrots this week because they've got frozen in the shed, which has just been like a deep freeze. So I've been at the front with a blow dryer defrosting them for you. I mean, she hasn't been too bad, but yesterday was not a good day because the direction of the wind was coming right into the shelters. And although, look, I'm trying to film over your back, Mrs. We've got vents there to sort of lessen the wind if it comes in that direction. It was still lifting up the field shelter. I mean, really lifting it up. I'll show you. We've got ground ties. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's tied to the ground with big sort of long steel things. But I was really worried because obviously the screws against the wood will be the weakest part of it. You know, yesterday I was worried the whole blinking day, wasn't I, Star? Because I just thought, oh God, if we lose the field shelters as well, you know, these aren't insured. We would have to pay to replace them. And yeah, it was quite stressful. I was really glad when the evening come and the wind dropped a bit. I have got some drawing done this week. I did this one, which is pen and colour pencil. I love all animals, but alpacas, I don't think that you can look at a picture of an alpaca and not smile. They just have the best faces. I follow quite a few alpaca farms on Instagram and I just love seeing all the alpaca photos, baby alpacas, you know, the crias, and they are just lovely, lovely animals. So I did this one because I needed a reminder to smile this week with all this bad weather. I've been working on my owl cards. I've got a barn owl and a tawny owl to finish off. And I've also been working on my digital stamps. I'm probably a bit behind everybody else because of everything. The digital stamps, I think this is something I'm going to have to build up over the course of a year and just sort of keep plugging away at it. But they're really fun to do, so I'm really enjoying doing that. And I've booked myself a trip next month to Ali Pali, to the big rubber stamp and scrapbooking show, so that I can go and see, you know, what's sort of trending in card making. So I'll be looking forward to that. It'll be a nice day out for me. I have only got one arm on my jumper at the moment because I had a bit of an Emma catastrophe due to the fact that I can't count when I'm picking up stitches and had to rip back the arm and do it again. And now I've just got to do it all again on the other side, and then this one will be finished and I can start making a dent in the queue of things that I hope to be knitting for summer by now. But obviously I've been on this one for a little while. I missed the end of the knit along you know, just with the studio and everything. I just sort of like totally didn't finish in time, but hopefully I can get this done by the end of March. You're worn out, aren't you? Because we've been playing in the snow this morning. Snow makes you quite excited. You like me to chase you, don't you? Now you can have a nap now that we're back. But thank you for watching, and we will catch you next time.